Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am going to be practicing public speaking for you all, and hopefully every week I'll keep learning how to speak, and eventually in 10 years, who knows where this channel will be, so I hope you stick with me. Okay, well, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing my speech number 2, and this is what I'm going to be presenting at Toastmasters as well. So maybe you should make it in a couple weeks at the Boulder Toastmasters. You'll see me there. Okay, so what is this speech on? Basically, it's going to be on a more spiritual dimension of existence, while the other one was more of on healing and more for normal people. So if you're into spirituality, metaphysics, and that kind of realm, paranormal, then this episode's for you. So we're going to be talking about entities that you may encounter on ayahuasca or in the energetic realms. But specifically with our work here, we work with ayahuasca, and it will definitely open you up to spiritual entities. So how to best navigate these realms? Well, I have 2 main categories for you that I have personally met and that you may potentially meet too, although it depends on who you are and your purposes using ayahuasca. So these categories are demons and angels, and really these categories are probably going to show up for people that are more spiritually attuned, more spiritually inclined, as these are very spiritual sort of beings that have a lot of connotation with good and bad, and like a fight against evil or something along those lines, or like a warrior of light. So this may be why these entities appear for me, because I'm very much on this spiritual path. And if you're into everything that I'm speaking about here on this channel, then you're likely to encounter these beings. So, let's get into it. What are demons? Well, okay, so first we are going to speak about demons, as these ones I find are more common to come across on ayahuasca than angels. They're more prevalent here on the earthly realms, as most people themselves are in a hell state, so most people have some sort of demonic flavor to them and demonic attachment. They're dealing with demonic attachments unknowingly. So that's why we're going to talk about demons first. So a definition for you all for a demon is a being who perceives itself separate from God or source consciousness being all that is, and no separation in that in that wholeness. So a demon is a spiritual entity, so an entity without a physical body, although demons most certainly can possess these physical vessels. And so a demon is a being that perceives itself as not one with God, so not one with all that is. It perceives itself in a dog-eat-dog world, or a win-lose game, forget what it's called, zero-sum game, meaning that I win, you lose, meaning competition consciousness. So that's what a demon is spiritually. And these beings exist in the spiritual or the astral planes of existence. So I don't know what dimension it may be. I imagine it's a 4-dimensional being in an astral plane. And I imagine, and you will likely experience these demons in a variety of ways, not just not just on ayahuasca. You can experience them sleeping, in dreams, and sleep paralysis. They're known to show themselves lower astral realms. And oh my gosh. Lower astral realms, and of course here on the earth plane in people. So if you encounter a person that has a dark energy or a narcissistic energy, sorry, my cat is, oh, okay, my cat was harassing me. So if you encounter someone with a dark energy, they likely have a demonic attachment that's feeding off of their emotions and their thoughts and their behavior. It's very heavy stuff, these demons. They feed on fear mostly, and these demons can go back all the way to primordial, before the creation of Earth itself, before humanity. The darkness itself is a force that ought to be respected, but has existed before humanity itself. So know that whenever you are going up against darkness, it really is just a force of the universe. It is a way that it is a way that the universe can know itself better, because the light can only know itself from the dark. So in the world of duality and polarity, the dark serves its purpose as teaching what the light is. So when dealing with demons, to have respect for them despite their demonic attitudes and energies, for it's often the darkness, or it's often the darkness that shows us the lessons, our lessons, most deeply. If you can think of any event in your life, my cat is harassing me. If you can think of any event in your life that negatively impacted you, or maybe negatively traumatized you, but you have since had a comeback from and healed from, you can you can look back and see how, in a sense, that trauma and those events gave you many gifts, many blessings. And it comes in the way of discernment. It comes in the way of truth seeing. It comes in the way of compassion. For, the metaphor of the lotus. The lotus had to go through the mud to become the purity of the lotus. It had to go through the darkness to develop itself, to forge. The darkness forges those that don't become consumed by it. It forges you into a warrior of light. It gives you strength that you didn't think was going to happen. Okay, so now we may want to talk about how to deal with these demons. My cat's being a little demonic. So, how do we want to deal with these demons? I've heard this argument. To love a demon is the way to purge it, purify it of its darkness. But I would warn you that that is a very high level task. And I would not suggest that to someone just learning about demons now and maybe encountering them in their lives. To love a demon to purity, or in a sense to give it an exorcism, is something left to exorcists. Because a demon is not a friendly force. It takes a love so powerful and so full of light and so sovereign that will be able to purify it. But if you're talking about love from a place of attachment, love from a place of needing something from the other, from needing something from the relationship, whatever it may be, that is not going to end well for you. That is what the demon wants. The demon wants to feed off your life force. The demon wants your love. So you have to be clear about what your love really is and what love really is, because love is not attachment. But so often we use love in human terms. What we really mean is attachment. But what truly can purify a demon is the spiritual, unconditional love, or light, or Christ consciousness, as they put it. So we'll talk about that in a further episode on what love is, what unconditional love is, and how to develop it in yourself. Oh my gosh, my back. So hopefully that gives you a good overview on what demons are and how to maybe deal with them. So now we're going to move into angels, the other side of the polarity, and maybe the more pleasant side that we'd like to talk about. And so let's dive into it. So as opposed to demons that perceive themselves as separate from Source, angels are beings that are so close to that Source consciousness. They have an immense level of power. They have an immense level of power that to us humans is inconceivable to our minds, because they're so close to God. They are in heavenly realms. They are close to heavenly realms. So when they show themselves to you, they come in a beautiful light. They have a beautiful light to them. And a beautiful love that is unbeknownst to anything that you have likely experienced here on earth. They have an unconditional love and an unconditional forgiveness for all beings that are here. And their purpose here is to be guides for us and to help us remember to foster that unconditional love here on earth. They want to help us, and they love us so deeply, despite us being so far removed from unconditional love, despite our society being so, I guess the word for it could be rudimentary. Our society is in the very beginning stages and evolution of consciousness. And yet, despite all of the demonic energies in society today, angels have immense love for us. And this love it comes with immense healing powers. Healing so profound and so instantaneous. like energy healing on steroids, basically. So to work with angels, they will need to show themselves to you. They show themselves to you when you are ready, when you have let go of enough attachments to allow this unconditional love to flow through you, when you have become such a clear channel that you are essentially deemed ready to work with them. It comes from a shedding of our conditionings, a shedding of our ego, a shedding of our attachments to our ego, our attachments to be right, our attachments to be the best, our attachments to be the most, whatever. That may be all I got for you. I hope you encounter angels on your journey, and I hope the demons leave you alone. I thank you for listening to me, and I hope you continue as we continue this journey together. So that's it for y'all. Thank you. Thank you for coming back to my channel. I will be speaking with you next week on a topic that I decide that's related to spirituality or healing and emotional healing. So next week I will do considerable research for my topic, and I look forward to our journeys together, and thank you for listening to my second video. Okay.